Now stillness fell in the room. Only the rustling of the papers was to be heard. It looked indeed for a few minutes as if the superintendent were dozing. A faint rapping on the door made Kay turn around. It was, of course, the assistants. All the same, they showed already some of the effects of their training. They did not rush at once into the room, but whispered at first through the door, which was slightly ajar. "It's cold out here." "Who's that?" asked the superintendent, starting up. "It's only my assistants," replied Kay. "I don't know where to ask them to wait for me. It's too cold outside, and here they would be in the way." "They won't disturb me," said the superintendent indulgently. "Ask them to come in. Besides, I know them. Old acquaintances." "But they're in my way," Kay replied bluntly, letting his gaze wander from the assistants to the superintendent and back again, and finding on the faces of all three the same smile. "But seeing you're here as it is," he went on experimentally, "stay and help the superintendent's lady there look for a document with the word land surveyor underlined in blue pencil." The superintendent raised no objection. What had not been permitted to Kay was allowed to the assistants. They threw themselves at once on the papers, but they did not so much seek for anything as rummage about in the heap. And while one was spelling out a document, the other would immediately snatch it out of his hand. The woman, meanwhile, knelt before the empty chest. She seemed to have completely given up looking. In any case, the candle was standing quite far away from her. "The assistants," said the superintendent with a self-complacent smile, which seemed to indicate that he had the lead, though nobody was in a position even to assume this. "They're in your way, then? Yet they're your own assistants." "No," replied Kay coolly. "They only ran into me here." "Ran into you?" said he. "You mean, of course, were assigned to you." "All right, then, were assigned to me," said Kay. "But they might as well have fallen from the sky for all the thought that was spent in choosing them." "Nothing here is done without taking thought," said the superintendent, actually forgetting the pain in his foot and sitting up. "Nothing?" said Kay. "And what about my being summoned here then?" "Even your being summoned was carefully considered," said the superintendent. "It was only certain auxiliary circumstances that entered and confused the matter. I'll prove it to you from the official papers." "The papers will not be found," said Kay. "Not be found?" said the superintendent.